A very good evening to you all and welcome to News Tonight here on UBC TV. First though, let's have a look at our top stories. In our top stories tonight, President Yoweri Museveni describes Africa problems as regional. President Museveni assents to the Narcotics and Psychotropic Substances Control Act 2023. 20 members of Parliament likely to lose seats. And in sports, Super 14 chase champion winner to get land title. Hello there and welcome once again. We're coming to you live online and on air from Broadcast House here on Nile Avenue. In sign language, it is Elizabeth Nakakoni and I am Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma. Now we begin with our first story, and President Yoweri Museveni, who is also the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, has commended Ugandans for embracing the National Resistance Movement NRM ideas that have enabled the country to develop. The President, who was in company of the First Lady and Minister for Education and Sports, Mama Janet Kataha Museveni, made the remarks today as Ugandans celebrated Tarehe Sita celebrations. President Museveni further lauded the people of Soga for taking part in the NRA-NRM struggle that enabled the current government to come into power. President Museveni also disclosed that Uganda has a very good working relationship with the governments of Somalia, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, and the DRC, adding that as partners, they are working towards achieving a regional solution to deal with the regional security problems. Take a watch of the highlights.
For me, together with other Ugandans, and supporting the struggle. Here, I started operating here in 1971-72. One time, I wrote together with someone else in Tanzania. We wrote 12 some machine guns. From Bukoba in Tanzania, through Moshi, through Arusha, through Mombasa, then we would put the guns on the train. And we come and do them out of Uganda, the railway station. And I had a room. There was a building there at the end of the old town. And we put our four boxes, each one with 3 some machine guns. And locked them there. Now, to stay in the room the whole day without moving would be suspicious. So I just got in the taxi, just going anywhere. Got the passport, knowing that there was someone else. And then we hear the last name.
That was President Yoweri Museveni at the Tarehe Sita celebrations. Now, meanwhile, President Yoweri Museveni has described Africa's problems to be regional problems that call for joint regional security solutions. Speaking at the 43rd Tarehe Sita celebrations of the UPDF in Bugweri, President Museveni said the issue of terrorists crossing from one country to another is a regional problem. However, he appreciated the regional cooperation among East African member states in trying to address the regional security threats. Mr. Museveni said while the installation of CCTV cameras has played a significant role in the fight against crime, there are some gaps that need to be addressed. He stressed that the introduction of digital number plates is another undertaking that will reduce criminality. Take a watch.
And I'm very glad all these countries are here. Because many of the security problems are now regional.
Rwanda region yona
Chikwata ku ekitundu kyaife kyona ekya Africa.
Kigema ku kitundu kyaife ekya Africa kyona kyona.
You find the terrorists are in Somalia.
Abatuddu abagana Somalia.
They are in Congo, DRC.
Bali e Congo.
They are even in our country of Mozambique.
Bali ni munsi yaife ya Mozambique.
They are in Central African Republic.
Bali mu Central African Republic.
Sometimes they go to South Sudan.
Olisi baje South Sudan.
And the ones of South Sudan, they are also who are here who disturb South Sudan from the refugee camps.
Eri abava mu nkambi kabiri batawanya abe South Sudan.
So we need a regional solution, which is what we are working on.
Tulikwetaaga enkolakolana eyensi dona ediri mu kitundu kyaife kino.
I'm glad we are working well with the government of Somalia.
Nsanu weekend tukolagana bulungi ni government ye Somalia.
With the governments of Kenya.
Government ye Kenya. Tanzania.
Rwanda.
Abe Rwanda. Burundi.
Congo DRC.
Congo.
We are working very well with them.
Tulikolera walala bulungi ino.
And this is the way forward.
Ereyo nengeri yonke tutwala emberi.
I'm glad the delegation of Algeria is here.
Nsangaire nti aba Algeria baliwo wano.
These people have got very good technology.
Balina obukugu bw'amaani.
I think because of the problem they had,
olw'ebizibu bali nabyo,
they developed a very good technology.
Bafuna okumanya kungi.
When I visited them, they gave me some samples.
When nakyala kweyo bampaku sample waniki.
I want to buy more.
Ebyokuboneraku.
To simplify security.
Okutetenkanya ebyobukuumi. Okwanguya ebyobukuumi.
Instead of the crude methods of roadblocks, what?
Mu kifo ky'okozesa ebya roadblock nga tusiba amagira.
Some of our partners have developed very smart solutions.
Abandi bafuna engeri ye bakitetenkanya bulungi ino ebirungi ino.
And when we bring these ideas, please.
Bwe tuleeta amagezi ago.
Please accept them.
Banamuyikirize.
Like for instance,
ekyokuboneraku,
we have seen how the cameras have helped.
Kamera diyambye.
But there are still some gaps.
Aye, mukalimu ebituli tuli mu ngeri gye tukola munado.
We are now also going to introduce electronic vehicle number plates.
Tujja kuleeta ni number plate ezirimu amasanyalaze.
Ezirimu ebyakalimagezi.
Ebirimu kalimagezi.
so that we don't waste time with investigation.
tuleke kumalanga biseera nga tunoonereza,
Because the criminals change number plates.
kuba abatuddwa abayibi bo bakyusa namba puleeti,
They remove this one from, put it on the other one.
batoola bakyusa baata ku motoka ed'endawulo.
So we need smart vehicle number plates, not the other old type.
Meanwhile, Uganda People's Defense Forces, UPDF troops serving with the African Union Transition Mission in Somalia, ATMIS, have held a medical camp and communal cleaning exercise as part of activities to mark Tarehe Sita Day. Tarehe Sita is observed on the 6th of February every year to commemorate the day President Yoweri Museveni led the National Resistance Army, NRA, to launch an armed struggle against oppressive dictatorship in Uganda in 1981.
We do provide free medical treatment like we've done.
You can see the other one is busy doing scaling. We have a lot of dental issues, but basically we're doing the cleaning.
Now to Lira, where Lira City today joined the UPDF to commemorate Tarehe Sita in Lira City. Local leaders appreciated the contribution of the UPDF in keeping peace and also for the military civil work done during the Army Week.
Lira City held a mini celebration to commemorate Tarehe Sita held in Bugweri district. Lira City RCC Lawrence Igole, 5th Division Operation and Training Officer Colonel Peter Musherure and Regional Police Commander North Kyoga led the celebration. The team marched from Mayor's Garden through Obote Avenue to Uroba roundabout and then back through Juba Road. Along the streets, locals gathered and cheered the army for their dedicated service to the country. Others joined the march on barefoot.
Also happy because it's the first time of this kind. Bwana RCC has done a good job.
Colonel Musherure applauded the community of Lira City for their love to the army. He pledged that UPDF will always ensure they are well protected.
It is very important when you move and you see people happy with you. It means that they have trust in you. We are wananchi best. Tuko pamoja, and we promise you the wananchi, we shall protect you, we shall be with you, and whenever you see us, feel free and be near us. Tuko pamoja.
RCC Lawrence Igole said the move was to create awareness in town about the Army's support to the city's hygiene.
And also to remind the wananchi who could not join us about the presence of UPDF, their activities in the country, and the vision and the dream that was felt during Tarehe Sita, which is being promoted up to date.
Eddie Olwa, UBC News.
Now, Uganda People's Defence Forces and other security operatives in Entebbe joined the rest of the country to commemorate the 43rd Tarehe Sita anniversary celebrations held at the Mayor's Gardens in Entebbe, reflecting on efforts made by the UPDF in celebrating liberating the country. I beg your pardon. Brigadier General Businje David Mujisha, Commander, Special Forces Command, lauded the relationship between the UPDF and the common man exhibited, thus emphasizing all soldiers to learn how to positively live with people. However, the local people applauded President Yoweri Museveni and security operatives for deliberate efforts put in place in securing their safety and the whole country at large from perpetrators who would wish to destabilize the country. The UPDF expressed total commitment to continue providing complimentary medical camps to Ugandans to access free medical services. The 2024 Tarehe Sita anniversary is celebrated under the theme celebrating the people's struggle for unity, security and peace for social transformation.
For people, force, efficient, effective, productive and focus the Uganda People's Defence Forces. Today should be a reflective of the revolutionary wave what has crossed, challenges, navigated different battles fought and won so as to maintain peace, stability, security through National Resistance National Resistance Movement's Pan-Africanism agenda exposed in the party's ideological ideals. As we celebrate the gallantry, the determination, the patriotic conviction, the desire, the change of bad leadership, all the above would be in no way close to being achieved without the intelligence of civilians through provision of food, shelter, information, intelligence, clothing, payment and guidance. This means that we should continue our strategic relationship, maintaining the strategic relationship we have with Wananchi. Without you, we can't survive. I can only promise you our strategic pattern that we shall ensure your lives, properties and business are protected at all times as long as UPDF is still in control, and it is still in control.
There must be laws that govern the people of Uganda. There must be rule of law. There must be unity. There must be peace. There must be socio-economic development. And today we're able to see a transformation. We celebrate, and yet we also echo that we must continue to strengthen ourselves in a Pan-African manner, in a manner that creates unity and not division, to look at the youth, the girl child, the women, the PWDs, the elders. How best can we work together to serve our country?
But remember, some of them did not make it up. The only way we can pay these people is by doing what they were fighting for. Let us try to implement what took them to bush, much as they did not realize, they did not have chance to see the fruits of their fighting. But those of us who are here now, who are living, it's our duty and responsibility to ensure that we do what they should have done if they were here today.
We'll now take a short break and return with much more. Stay with us.
Neto Bus Industries, Namamve, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators, and special purpose vans and any customized vehicle. Metu Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort, and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover with just seats, or a special design that includes power outlet, Wi-Fi, television, refreshment center, and any other specification. Buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda. Contact us on 0788 118586 or 0782 030303. Email us metuafricabus@gmail.com. Visit our website www.metubusafrica.com.
Fred!
Osmosis.
Freddy! Fred Dollar, my boss, CEO Inojo, the general of generals, the conqueror of conquerors, the first and the final, the sky above the skies, the promised land, the terms and the conditions, the international king crocodile, the source of the Nile.
I don't have money today.
Just take a polite loan of 200k to stock my shop. The signs and symptoms of success. The bank commander, not the bank teller.
Why hassle for a loan when you've got MTN Momo? We're sorting. Use the Momo app or dial *165*5# for all quick loans. Choose from the different loan options from our partners and get one that works for you. Together, we're unstoppable.
Are you a parent or guardian looking for a good and affordable school for your child? Look no further. Mandela Senior Secondary School, Hoima, is the answer. It is a boarding mixed senior secondary school offering arts and sciences. We have good science and computer laboratories, a fully stocked library, and registered with the Ministry of Education and Sports with a center number at an affordable fee structure for every parent. To register your child with Mandela SS in Hoima for the year 2023, call 0772 411 921 or 0771 850 217. Mandela SS Hoima, caring to achieve.
The government of Uganda and the Uganda Bureau of Statistics is calling upon all stakeholders such as the chief administrative officers, city mayors, resident city commissioners, city clerks, city and division councillors, wards and LC chairpersons, as well as the residents and business communities to cooperate with the UBOS field teams as we embark on advanced preparations to conduct the National Population and Housing Census on the 10th of May 2024. The census will be a 10-day exercise to obtain statistical data and information that will be used for planning and policy formulation, including information on 1. How many we are, 2. Where we are, 3. How we are living, 4. What we own, and 5. Where we access services from. The Uganda Bureau of Statistics has now started listing of households and mapping in the 11 cities of Arua, Fort Portal, Gulu, Hoima, Jinja, Lira, Mbale, Masaka, Mbarara, Soroti, and in the Greater Kampala comprising of Kampala, Wakiso, and Mukono districts. For more information, please call 0755 342 128 or 0773 342 128. This message is brought to you by the Executive Director and Census Commissioner, Uganda Bureau of Statistics. Census 2024. It matters to be counted.
Have you packed more with Harbour jelly and Harbour fog? Yes, we packed. It will protect your skin from skin rashes. More with pack. It is a new improved more with Harbour jelly. So soft and smooth. It is a more with Harbour jelly.
Tell me, kids, the scent? Any irritations? No more rashes and irritations. Movit Herbal Jelly and Herbal Soap is rich in natural herbs for a smooth and glowing skin.
Movit All Day Confidence.
Get ready for the sizzling Parliamentary City and get back to school edition. Prep your child for school and win big. Just shop for their school essentials, download the Parliamentary City and get app on your phone and submit your e-receipt fiscal document number. There you have it. A brand new refrigerator, a shopping spree, the newest electronic devices, or even a fantasy family vacation may be yours for the taking. With each electronic receipt you submit, you get closer to the prize. To enter and win, your e-receipt must have a fiscal document number, a QR code, and a verification code. Shopping becomes an exciting adventure with URA. Wangula name pa e-receipt.
Uganda Revenue Authority. Developing Uganda together.
Welcome back from that break, and this is News Tonight here on UBC TV. A warm welcome to those of you just joining us. On sign language, it is Elizabeth Nakakone, and I am Rukidi Edward Kichanangoma. Uganda People's Defence Forces, UPDF, has applauded support by members of the public and good working relationship in contributing to the prevailing peace and stability, while handing over various items for startups donated through the Office of the National Chairman of the National Resistance Movement, headed by Hajat Hadija Namialo, to the youth and women in Bugweri. A State Minister for Defence in charge of Veteran Affairs, Honorable Huda Abason Oleru, urged locals to use the prevailing stability and peace to work and develop their country.
As the country commemorates the 43rd Tarehe Sita anniversary, various individuals have commended the pivotal role UPDF has played in ensuring stability and peace prevail for national development. Minister of State for Defence in charge of Veteran Affairs, Huda Abason Oleru, has attributed the prevailing stability and peace in the country to the good working relationship between the UPDF and locals.
I felt the presence of UPDF, and you have appreciated all the work we have been doing, and indeed you have enjoyed the cordial relationship you have offered to the UPDF. We thank you for that.
Huda urged the locals in Bugweri and all Ugandans at large to work hard and fight household poverty.
Together with you, who has bring other people to support you, to improve your income, to improve your health, to improve your education, to do everything to see that you have a better living in this sub-region.
The head of the Office of the National Chairman of NRM, Hajat Hadija Namialo, delivered items to the locals here. They included, among others, sewing machines, hose and hair dryers for economic empowerment.
His Excellency Yoweri Museveni
Brigadier General Joseph Semwanga, the commander of 1st Division, thanked Bugweri residents for always working with them in various security-related operations and activities. To crown the event, a football match between UPDF and Bugweri local residents took place, where the hosts defeated the UPDF team on penalties. I'm Navka Farida and Joseph Muyingo.
Now, 10 women parliamentary representatives of newly created cities and 12 municipal members of parliament are bound to lose seats if the Constitutional Court rules that the cities and municipalities they represent are unconstitutional. Now, this follows a petition filed before the Constitutional Court challenging the existence of the municipalities and cities which the petitioners allege were unconstitutional.
The existence of women representatives for cities as parliamentary constituencies is unconstitutional.
The petition is filed by Henry Mugizi of Alliance for Finance Monitoring, Walenzo Wakatiba Foundation, and Peter Gwayaka against the Attorney General in the Constitutional Court in Kampala. Lawyer Gawaya Tegule says the petition is based under Article 1, 2, 8A, 59, 63 and 176, among other articles in the Constitution.
Municipalities are basically local government administrative units, and therefore they are not supposed to have seats in the national parliament as per the Constitution. The occupation of parliament by city women representatives under the category of special interest groups is unconstitutional. It offends Articles 1, 8A, 78, 1B of the Constitution.
The affected members of parliament with the petition include 10 women representatives of the newly created cities in parliament and 12 municipal members of parliament.
There are 20 or more constituencies out of the cities by Parliament and the Electoral Commission, which were gazetted. And this gazetting, or the gazettement, was done more than 12 months after 23rd March 2016, which was the day that the publication of the National Population Census was made. Now, this is very critical because the grand norm, the Constitution, makes a specific provision as to how this can be done. You don't create constitutions anyhow.
The petitioners also contend that the 22 members of Parliament, following the illegalities that led to the formation of the cities and municipalities they represent, it's also illegal for them to be paid with the taxpayers' money.
One of the drivers of the high cost of politics is that institution called Parliament, that we believe is bloated, the numbers of which we think are overwhelming and uncalled for. When you calculate, you come up with a number of about 22, 23. Now, over 5 years, these men and women would have bagged over 50 billion shillings. 50 billion shillings is enough to construct 10 seed schools at secondary school level, 20 primary schools. It can construct about 30 health centers. It can also construct over 50 kilometers of paved roads.
The petitioners now want court to declare these cities and municipalities unconstitutional and these members of Parliament to vacate their offices with immediate effect.
And we're also asking for an order that the commission, the Electoral Commission, be prohibited from conducting elections of city women representatives, as this is not provided for under the Constitution.
The members of Parliament who are likely to be affected include Betty Namboze Bachireke from Mukono Municipality, Rita Kwasa from Mbarara Sita Woman Member of Parliament, and Wakaima Musoko of Nansana Municipality. The questioned cities and municipalities were created by government in 2015 under Article 179 and Section 72A of the Local Government Act. Deborah Nama Monde, UBC News.
A city prominent lawyer, Arias Lukwago, has described the case against the Mityana Municipality Member of Parliament, Francis Zaki, as a witch hunt. Lukwago appeared together with Mr. Zaki before the Parliamentary Committee on Rules, Privileges and Discipline on issues relating to gross misconduct and misbehavior during a plenary session in November 2022. According to lawyer Lukwago, the committee has failed to pronounce itself on the exact rules of procedure that his client breached.
However much an issue is disturbing you, never try to test the patience of the presiding officer.
This was the mood during one of the plenary sessions in November 2022, when MP Francis Zake compulsively raised what was described as an uncontrollable tone that later disorganized the sound of silence in Parliament.
Honorable Zake, kindly take your seat. Colleagues, House suspended for 5 minutes.
John Nambeshe, who was the then acting leader of opposition, has on Tuesday morning shared with the Parliamentary Committee what he witnessed on the fateful day.
Because it had degenerated into an impasse, by the way. Me, the only unusual was when he remained standing. But that he was still advancing his point by saying no, to me that was not misconduct. Okay. So in any case, it was courteous on the part of the leader of the opposition, who was then in Ambassador John Baptist, to ask the House, out of courtesy, to bear with us.
Nambeshe told the MPs on the Parliamentary Committee on Rules, Discipline and Privileges that the Deputy Speaker, Thomas Tayewa, showcased utmost maturity while presiding over the House, but was later triggered by anger to send MP Zake to the Rules Committee.
It didn't come in good faith, especially when what I was raising was merely a message from where he had also participated. And being a member on my side of the political divide, I don't think he would be in sharp disagreement with the report I was giving and misinterpret it as a commitment by government.
Yes, the Honorable
Nambeshe is on record saying so. And indeed, it's coming out, it's coming through from the proceedings, from the submissions, from the evidence being given, according to the Honorable Nambeshe, that the Speaker was incensed by what he considered, what he thought to be irregular.
Elias Lukwago, who legally represents MP Francis Zake, has since questioned the ongoing investigations, which he describes as a witch hunt against his client.
Because defamation has also to be particularized. It's against a particular individual that you did this, which disparages so and so's name. And actually they are ingredients of that particular charge of defamation. We would expect, if that were to be the charge, for those issues to come out clearly, that this is what you did, which is considered to be denigrating the personal integrity of the Speaker.
The Michana Municipality MP Francis Zake was recently dropped by the opposition from the parliamentary backbench and replaced by Matthias Mpuga, the former leader of opposition.
If they want to accuse me of presenting the issue of abductions, I'm guilty about that matter. I've already said it many times and I want to repeat it.
Daniel Mugoya, Gloria Gutabinji, UBC News.
Now, President Yoweri Museveni has assented to the Narcotics and Psychotropic Substances Control Act 2023, which, among others, allows the licensed farming and use of marijuana strictly for medical use. The bill was passed by Parliament in August 2023, setting harsh penalties for a swarm of crimes related to substances abuse. The Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Tayebwa, has notified the House of 5 Acts of Parliament which have been assented to, including the Civil Aviation Amendment Act 2024, Judicature Amendment Act 2023, the Explosives Act 2023, and the Competition Act 2023.
No, as we are organizing ourselves to go and meet President Museveni officially, we as a pharmacy and the dealers, those who are dealing in Mira or cuts, that's what we are trying to do.
These are some of the farmers dealing in cat, commonly known as Mairunji. The farmers and other stakeholders fought endlessly to deactivate regulations of Mairunji, but in vain after the Parliament of Uganda on 22nd August 2023 passed the Narcotics and Psychotropic Substances Control Bill 2023.
Substance Control Bill 2023 be read the third time and do pass. Those in favor say aye, to the contrary nay.
On Tuesday afternoon, Parliament session, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Tayebwa, notified the House on 5 Acts of Parliament which the President has assented to, including the Narcotics and Psychotropic Substances Control Act 2023.
His Excellency the President has assented to some of the bills we have sent to him, and we have received notification he has assented to the Civil Aviation Amendment Act 2024, the Judicature Amendment Act 2023.
The new legislation leaves millions of Mairunji farmers in a serious dilemma after the purposes have been reduced to only medical usage.
When you go to Butabika, the reports show that people in Butabika, 45% are there because of alcohol. How comes alcohol is not banned? It's not banned.
Yes, they are causing a lot of very many risks, more especially to the youths. Now, like health-wise, you find that you are going to have increased numbers of psychiatric patients. You are going to have very many increased numbers of people with hypertension, even real madness. But what is causing that is because they say, but they don't put in action.
This is the second time the President agrees with the legislation after the same cause was quashed by the Constitutional Court due to lack of quorum during its legislation.
So I hope that this time the Ministry of Internal Affairs will work on the regulations so that the agencies that are supposed to operationalize the law can actually proceed and implement the law as is. Otherwise, it is a good piece of legislation that will help us deal with the current drug abuse and access to drugs, which is now rampant everywhere.
The President also assented to Judicial Amendment Act 2023 to allow an increment of justices of the Court of Appeal from 15 to 35. The Competition Act 2023, which will facilitate fair competition in markets, has also been assented to.
And Mr. Speaker,
Daniel Mugoya, Gloria Gutabinji, UBC News.
Now, Deputy Director of Roads and Drainage at Kampala Capital City Authority, Maurice Kairania, has urged the public to remain patient as they upgrade city roads. Now, this follows concerns raised by locals in Kibuye about unpainted road pavements leading to accidents during night hours due to poor visibility. We have more in this story.
In a city known for well-constructed roads, proper drainage channels and road signals, the lack of adequate street lighting poses significant risks to residents using various forms of transport. Residents along Entebbe Road, particularly in Kibuye and Namasuba, have expressed worries about increasing accidents due to insufficient lighting and lack of signage, endangering both riders and drivers at night.
zivawe nazikola jamwalo ku ntebe yali naziveno ziringira waba wetaaga ebitala accident zibeerawo nnyingi. Wakati wano balina akantu ke baatuteerawo akanya akazibwa ennyo. Akanya ako tebaakaziba baakeerabira ne bakomawo ne bakateekako ekintu kiringa kifuvumenti ekiri okwo. Kiva eri kikuba abantu enkya n'eggulu mu binnya ne bamenyeka.
Both Kampala Capital City Authority and Uganda National Roads Authority acknowledge the complaints and vow to address them promptly.
We have taken lessons from NAM. So we have not only stopped there. We are continuing with some of the programs, for example, to improve safety, especially for the night economy. And one of the things we are doing is that we are continuing to replace curbs where they are not there. We are going to paint them like you've seen if you go around Kampala. You've seen some, we have continued the exercise. Even as I speak now, we have a team which is outside. So in addition to painting, replacing the curbs and painting them, we are also continuing to provide street lighting where we think some of these is what I would call black spots, to ensure that people doing business at night and night economy, people are safe.
The area in Namasuba and perhaps others missing, reflections will be added onto those pavements.
Maurice Kairania, the engineer of the Roads and Drainage Department at KCCA, emphasizes that road upgrade works are ongoing and solicits the public's cooperation.
You may notice, for example, if you go back to some of these places where our teams were working, especially the silting teams, the ones trying to widen the channels, they are still on site and they are still working.
In other news, Alan Sempewa, the public relations officer at UNRA, revealed plans to install traffic lights at the newly opened Kampala flyover by the year's end to mitigate confusion among motorists.
So preparation of the traffic signal components is ongoing, and some actually still under production and will be brought in as and when they are ready.
Meanwhile, temporary measures, including deployment of traffic police, have been implemented.
So you're going to see barricades introduced in that area very soon, and you're going to see more deployment of traffic police in that area. But again, that is for the interim, because the permanent solution is to have traffic signals, signalization of the different intersections.
Sempewa appeals to all flyover users to exercise caution and drive responsibly.
Right where we are standing, for example, this is temporary. So we've made provisions for temporary signage, clearly showing that borders are not permitted to use this section of the flyover. That is the underpass.
The Kampala Flyover project, inaugurated during the Non-Aligned Movement Summit to ease traffic congestion, remains ongoing, with the roads at Clock Tower still under construction. Justin Nakami in Kampala.
We'll now take yet another short break and return with business.
ebiseera by'okuzaayo abaana mu masomero tebiteekwa kukaluubiriza n'akatono. Eno kusimba nnyiriri mpanvu kano kalippagano ka bidduka. Simanya kuzunga na banka siripsi. Kati osobola okusasula school fees z'omwana wo ate n'okola n'ebirala ntoko ku ssimu ye ey'omu ngalo. Ekikola kyangu nnyo. Nyiga bunyizi *165*8 ogoberera ebikulagiriddwa oba okozese app ya MTN Momo. Ate kati okola ki olwaleero? MTN Mobile Money Uganda Limited erungamizibwa banka enkulu eya Uganda.
Metu Bus Industries, Namamve, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators, and special purpose vans and any customized vehicle. Metu Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort, and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover with just seats, or a special design that includes power outlet, Wi-Fi, television, refreshment center, and any other specification. Buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda. Contact us on 0788 118586 or 0782 030303. Email us metuafricabus@gmail.com. Visit our website www.metubusafrica.com.
Are you a parent or guardian looking for a good and affordable school for your child? Look no further. Mandela Senior Secondary School, Hoima, is the answer. It is a boarding mixed senior secondary school offering arts and sciences. We have good science and computer laboratories, a fully stocked library, and registered with the Ministry of Education and Sports with the center number at an affordable fee structure for every parent. To register your child with Mandela SS in Hoima for the year 2023, call 0772 411 921 or 0771 850 217. Mandela SS Hoima, caring to achieve.
The energy of this land was born in the hearts of these men, of these women. It comes to life in the power of these colors and the memory of these scents. The energy of this land comes from here. It comes from Africa, and it vibrates in each of us.
Empowered by Africa.
Oryx Gas, powered by Africa.
Hi, my name is Dennis Masindo Nyango, former Uganda Cranes captain and goalkeeper. My kind of a tank at home is a Crest tank. I use it at the farm and at home. I recommend it for everyone.
In the production process of Aquafina, we expertly filter every drop, providing clear and perfect tasting water to help you keep hydrated with the added benefit of minerals. Aquafina is bottled by Pepsi Cola International in Uganda and is available at only 1,000 shillings.
Welcome back. Let's have a look now at the latest in business. Uganda has been commended for its monetary policy, transparency and macro data standards. However, the country is urged to undertake fiscal adjustments to bring debt back to a safer level and mobilize more domestic revenue. This was observed during the release of the 2023 ABSA Africa Financial Markets Index 2023, in which Uganda attained an overall score of 63. Dennis Sigoa gives us more.
Uganda's Absa Africa Financial Markets Index score declined to 62.8 in 2023 from 64.4 in 2022, though the country maintained its fourth position in the index. The decrease was mostly driven by weaker performance in excess of foreign exchange.
Yes, we are fourth, but to me, we need to do a little bit more to increase on that, on the index. And I think we can be able to really get there.
However, the country fared better in macroeconomic environment and transparency. Its score rose by 1 point to 86, retaining the second place. Other pillars where Uganda performed relatively well include legal standards and enforceability and market transparency, tax and regulatory environment. The survey suggests areas of improvement. This includes building liquidity in domestic markets and boosting capacity of local investors.
The amount of your taxes that are paid in that aren't absorbed by health budget or security budget or education budget or all those other things the government provides, the proportion of that stuff is just used to pay the interest rate on taxes from on borrowing from before has easily more than doubled.
The Minister of Finance, Parliament, there's a special committee in Parliament which is working with the ministry. We are putting together strategies to ensure that we improve our revenue effort. Mindful of the fact that we want to guarantee a stable tax regime so that private sector you are not disadvantaged.
Despite the foreign reserves being under pressure continentally, the Ugandan shilling was ranked among the best African forex performers in 2023.
Uganda has done quite well. When you consider and compare Uganda with other sub-Saharan Africa countries, we have actually experienced relatively fair stability when it comes to the exchange rates. Copying from or borrowing from an IMF report, the average depreciation over the last year of sub-Saharan currencies was about 7%. 7%. Uganda's was less, much less than that. Thanks to the work of Bank of Uganda.
Dennis Igoa for UBC News.
Bank of Uganda has revealed that inflation rose slightly in January 2024 to 2.8% from 2.6% in December 2023. Now, this is in line with the December 2023 projections, as we hear from Wadulu Mark Arnold.
Core inflation rose to 2.4% from 2.3% in December 23. Other goods inflation rose to 1.3% from 1.2%. Services inflation also increased to 3.9% from 3.7%.
Inflationary pressures remain subdued, reflecting the continuing vanishing effect of the supply-side shocks, declining inflation around the world, and tight monetary and fiscal policies. In addition, improved domestic food supply at the back of favorable weather conditions has driven down food inflation.
Central Bank notes that the Uganda shilling depreciated against the US dollar by 0.6% month-on-month and 1.6% quarter-on-quarter in January 24, compared to an appreciation of 0.04% and a depreciation of 2% respectively in December 2023.
These appreciation pressures are a result of increased remittances into our market from those in the diaspora, and also weakened demand for forex by the various firms and what have you as we move into the Christmas season. But at the beginning of the calendar year, we normally see a depreciation in the currency because after this, the holiday season, there is a resurgence in demand as activity picks up, and also there is a reduced inflow on account of the factors which led to the appreciation in the quarter ending the calendar.
GDP growth for Q1 of the financial year 2023-24 was 5.3%, down from a revised 5.4% in the previous quarter. Despite the revisions, growth in financial year 2022-23 remained unchanged at 5.2%. Wadulo Mark Arnold for UBC News.
Sports news now, and we begin with chess, where Uganda Chess Federation has announced a plethora of events that are expected to light up 2024. The highlight of the activities is the National Championship, slated for 11th February 2024 at Nobview Hotel in Ntinda.
Uganda's creme de la creme has been lined up to take part in next weekend's Super 14 Uganda Chess Championship at Nobview Hotel in Ntinda. These include Ivy Amoko, Ampaire Shakira, Nansubuga Gloria, Arthur Segwanyi, Patrick Kauma, and Haruna Nsubuga.
The world over, the juniors are the ones who feed into the national teams. So our grassroots program, we suggest the top players in the juniors in both ladies and in the open category. They became the 13th player. And because this is national duty, we added the 14th player, a player we call the wild card.
The championship, whose winner will get a land title, starts on 11th February and kickstarts the World Cup qualification process.
So our national champion in the open category will not just win money, we're going to give land title so that people are able to construct and generate wealth as soon as possible. The winner in the league this year will also be given land for the club. We no longer want briefcase clubs. We're going to empower our people, and the federation is going to acquire land and start infrastructure planning and development.
The top 5 from both genders will earn a national team call-up with representation at the Africa Cup of Chess next month in Ghana, the nearest assignment. Further representation at the Chess Olympiad in Budapest later this year and the BRICS Games in Kazan awaits the excellent players. The federation that prides in manufacturing its own equipment also confirmed Harold Wanyaman Penyina Nakabu for the 13th African Games due in Ghana next month.
The 40-bit Real Stars Sports Monthly Awards have rewarded 4 athletes that topped their respective sports disciplines. John Bansetamu gives us more.
Lazio restaurant in Lugogo has hosted the 40-bit Real Stars Monthly Sports Awards for the best athletes of January 2024.
Yeah, it has been a nice edition. This is the first to award the winners in the new year, that is 2024, though it's the second edition of the year. What do I say like that? We were here in January, but we are crowning December's best. Now we came in February to crown the January's best. We had 4 editions and all winners managed to come up here. So we just thank you guys, the media people who are doing this to see we go to next level, and also the sponsors who have stood with it ever since we started. That's the way we want to go.
There were 4 winners, including Colin Batusa, who features for Weatherhead Hockey Club. Uganda's table tennis world champion Joseph Sebatindira highlighted the awardees after his exploits in kata earned him glory.
Obuwanguzi buno butegeeza kyamaanyi kunze gye kinsamu amaanyi training ennyunyunyu beere nga nsobola okufuna ebirala.
Grace Nabagala in the national colours for the Rugby Sevens team helped the team finish 4th in the Dubai Invite World Rugby HSBC Challenger Series. Eastern Central Africa Boxing Union middleweight champion Kamadan Tege aka Shua Fire completed the recipients.
Mpulira essanyu ery'amaanyi kubanga kino mbadde sikisuubira nga sikirootangako.
The 40-bit Real Stars Award is now in its 6th year and has been hailed by many for its contribution to better output of athletes.
Now, tomorrow, the 6th of February 2024, the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations in Ivory Coast will return to action with the semi-finals as the remaining teams, Nigeria, South Africa, The Democratic Republic of the Congo and hosts Ivory Coast continue to fight for the edition's title. The first semi-final pits three-time AFCON winners, Nigeria against South Africa. The Super Eagles beat Angola 1-0 in the quarter-finals, whilst South Africa drew 0-0 against Cape Verde before winning 2-1 in a penalty shootout. Although Nigeria head into this fiery fixture as favourites, South Africa will not be overlooked. Bafana comfortably overcame Morocco, who were dubbed by many as the team to go all the way before seeing off unlikely quarter-finalists Cape Verde. The second semi-final is the hosts Ivory Coast against the DRC. The Elephants squeezed through to the round of 16 as the fourth best third-placed team in the group stages and have since relied on last-minute goals to help them progress through the tournament. Now, having received 2 red cards in their quarter-final game against Mali, Ivory Coast will be without both Omar Diakite and Odilene Kasuno, whereas the DRC expect to have a full squad. The Leopards finished second in Group F before seeing off record AFCON winners Egypt in the round of 16 and Guinea in the quarter-finals. Now, DR Congo head into this game with the worst head-to-head record of the two sides, but will be confident in the ability to take advantage of a chaotic Ivory Coast side. The semi-finals will be played on Wednesday, the 7th of February, with Nigeria taking on South Africa in the first semi-final at 8 p.m. at Stade Bouaki, and Ivory Coast will play DR Congo in the second semi-final at 11 p.m. at Olympic Stadium in Mbimpe. The winners of each semi-final fixture will face off in the AFCON final on Sunday, the 11th of February, 2024.
That's a goal! Superbly done! Directly taken!
And that brings us to the end of this first edition of News Tonight here on UBC TV. On sign language, it has been Elizabeth Nakakoni and I am Rukidi Edward Kijanongoma. Wishing you a blessed night, but we'll leave you with a focus for tomorrow with Jasper Ainebiona, who is on standby at the Weather Center in Entebbe. Jasper.
Good evening. We welcome you once again to this weather updates from the Ghana National Meteorological Authority. I'm Jasper Ainebiona. We're still experiencing cloudy conditions coupled with sunny intervals and also some parts of cloudiness across our country. And for the satellite captured today, we still have the dry winds that are bringing in dust particles towards our country, and also some local effects, especially around Lake Victoria, that are triggering some light rains across our country. Tomorrow morning, we are anticipating light rains across Kampala, Masaka, while the rest we are anticipating partly cloudy conditions. These conditions are likely to change later, whereby Soti is likely to have partly cloudy conditions, and apart from Jinja with light rains and Toro light rains. When we go to western parts of the country, we are anticipating partly cloudy conditions that are likely to dominate the entire western parts of the country. Northern parts of the country, still chances of partly cloudy conditions are very high that are going to prevail. Later in the afternoon, we are likely to see Kampala with a high of 28 degrees Celsius, partly cloudy conditions, and also in Masaka 28 degrees Celsius, and also in Kasongola partly cloudy conditions with a high of 28 degrees Celsius. For the eastern parts of the country, chances of partly cloudy conditions are very high with a high of 29 degrees Celsius across Jinja, Toro also 29 degrees Celsius, while in Soroti temperatures have shot very high, 30 degrees Celsius are expected. We shall see temperatures across Kigezi Highlands dropping to 23 degrees Celsius. Light rains are expected, and later in Bara, partly cloudy conditions with a high of 30 degrees Celsius. And in Kasese, light rains are expected with a high of 29 degrees Celsius. And Masindi, partly cloudy conditions, 29 degrees Celsius. Northern parts of the country, chances of light rains across Lila and with a high of 29 degrees Celsius, while Gulu 29, also light rains are expected, apart from Kitugum, where we are going to see partly cloudy conditions with a high of 31 degrees Celsius. Shifting to the globe, we are anticipating Cairo to have sunny intervals with a high of 23 degrees Celsius, and Dubai sunny intervals are expected, while in London cloudy conditions are expected with a high of 8 degrees Celsius. Thank you so much for watching our daily weather focus. For more information, you can always contact our website. Good evening.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
The Office of the President, with deep sorrow, announces the death of Hajat Sarah Nanyanzi, the Deputy RCC of Hoima, who died yesterday, the 5th of February 2024. The late has been laid to rest today, the 6th of February 2024, at the ancestral home in Katumu village, Kasana, Luwero, at 4 p.m. Special thanks to His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, Yoweri Museveni, the Minister for Presidency and the Secretary, Office of the President. Inna lillahi wa inna lillahi rajiun.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Hello, Kanu Edith Nakarema is my name, and I head the State House Investors Protection Unit. The unit was established by His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda and the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. On the 13th of December 2023, His Excellency the President commissioned an electronic investors protection portal, which is a platform that is online, and its link is protection.statehouseinvest.go.ug. The portal has 4 main functions. It provides guidance to authentic government ministries, departments, and agencies, and that's a way of protecting investors from falling in the hands of wrong elements or the corrupt. The second function is it provides mechanisms for reporting or making inquiries. The third function is it provides feedback and also ensures enforcement.
Investors are being harassed for bribes. That's why I have appointed Nakarema now to handle that side of the investors.
In conclusion, Uganda's president has put investors as his key priority, the protection, the guidance, and the support of investors, and that's why he established the State House Investors Protection Unit to ensure that the investors are effectively guided, protected from the corrupt, and supported by all government ministries, departments, and agencies in collaboration with the private sector. I thank you.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
It's a common habit that people think whoever is white has money. It's not always true, but that is, we attach color to financial status. So that's why I think white people have more privileges.